Hey guys, I was just talking to you in our living room about how to have your children's toy storage flow with your decor, and this is another example of just an inexpensive piece we were able to buy at Target, and we bought baskets and different canvas totes for each. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really clean this up before. I didn't really reorganize any of this, which I could have done before the video, but I just wanted to give you a quick example of how toy storage can flow into your main living area. This is actually in our dining room, and we're going to go over some other really inexpensive ideas for organizing your children's toys. And so the first thing that we talked about were, especially in their bedroom, using the same type of cube with totes, the canvas totes, maybe with a more kid-friendly color. And I'm sure many of you already have those in your home as well. And also the Rubbermaid or the plastic drawers that you can buy for, $20 at Walmart as well, Target, places like that. They come in a variety of colors. So many different places sell those amazing, plastic storage containers. But we really wanted to try to hit home the point of making sure that it blends in with your decor as much as possible. For the streamlined look when people walk in, it doesn't visually stand out. I think that's why a lot of times decorators use that tip a lot. So we're going to start out with some really inexpensive toy storage tips. The first tip that I want to give you more than anything else are Ziploc bags. We have a ton of Ziploc bags for our son's toys that we keep in baskets, containers, totes for the little pieces and the things that have little tiny pieces that are connected or need to go together. We use Ziploc bags all the time. Another idea is a travel soap dispenser for decks of cards, if your or little boxes, if your children are into little games that have a lot of cards, different things like that. You can use, whether it's one like this from the dollar store. I mean, all of these items are from the dollars. A lot of these are from the dollar store, or something just as simple as a pencil box. That go, these go on super sale, like for 25 cents a piece during back to school season. So there are times of the year, that's the time of the year that you really should stock up on these. So again, just keeping small toy items and something like this, and then placing this in your tote or your basket, and making sure that your totes and your baskets color coordinate with your room as much as possible. Another thing that my husband knows I'm really a stickler about is I love tackle boxes. And tackle boxes are great for storing different things for your children's toys. Here's a great example of where, for our son, we have all his Beyblades, where they're all in individual, and we have more than one of these, and then we have the zip lines and the other part where you take it off and spin it with, okay? But for a girl, I'm thinking things like Barbie clothes, Barbie shoes, different little doll pieces if they're into the little, if they're into Squinkies, different trash packs. I know that our son is into trash packs, but for girls, they have little Squinkies, they have the little toys. Anything little is great in a tackle box. Another thing that my son's really into right now is looming, the bracelets, and so we obviously have a tackle box for all of his looming supplies. And so this is a great way to keep all of your rubber bands color coordinated and not all over the place. So I am a huge tackle box fan. Walmart generally was the cheapest place that I could find them, but I also have found them at Michael's with a 40% off coupon, or any of your local craft stores. So we're going to move on to something that's free. These are two storage items that we've used a ton of times with our son's toys for free. Old coffee cans that we have tons and tons of markers. Our son is really into markers and crayons and pencils, colored pencils. He's almost addicted to them, I think, sometimes. But anyway, so we have a lot of his pens and markers and crayons and reused coffee cans. This is actually an animal cracker bear that we had animal crackers in at one point, and we actually have stored, now I have them put away in a tote so I didn't get them out, but our son was into trash packs, which are kind of like the Squinkies. They're really tiny, but you can put race cars in these, you can put any kind of tiny toy in these. Again, these are great for Barbie clothes. They're great for any little item, toy item that your child may be into. Of course, let me take a side note and talk about the other video that at the beginning of our whole series, where we talked about maintaining your systems, sorting, by taking the toys and frequently going through and maintaining your child's organizing system, where you sort out what you're going to keep, what you're going to give away, and what you're going to throw away. You always get that bombardment or that buildup of those McDonald's toys. Those can actually be given to teachers who love them. I use them all the time as prizes for my students. It's a great way to recycle them and not throw them in the landfill. So if you have If you want to give those cheaper toys that maybe come in a Happy Meal or something, give them to a child's teacher. Okay, another idea for storing toys for either this goes in the closet, but they also make the similar pocket ones that go on the back of a door. These are great toy storage items. For this, I was actually thinking of putting my son's action figures in here. He also has like some smaller lightsabers and things from Star Wars that would go great in here. Then you can just store it in his closet and it's really easy access. When he has a friend over, the first thing that they go for are the lightsabers. So this is something where I can slip one in each side pocket and he always knows where they're located. So again, any kind of action figure, Barbie dolls for this as well, or any kind of doll that's around the same size as a Barbie doll could go in here as well. And also all the different girl toys that go in these this size container, or like I said, the ones that come from the top down, is a great way to store your child's toys. Sometimes I do go ahead and make a purchase where I buy an organizational toy that I find in a store. My husband and I took our son to New York City and we went to a Lego store and we did actually purchase a small Lego storage box. But one thing you really got to be careful about is that does this really fit the decor? Because sometimes something in a catalog looks really awesome as far as storage and you think, oh my gosh, that's that awesome strawberry shortcake, storage unit that my daughter just loves strawberry shortcake, and then you get it home and you're like, this looks ridiculous in her room. Why did I even buy this? So making sure that whatever storage units that you buy that are specific to maybe a certain toy really does match your decor. And so here's another example of how I keep some of our art supplies. These are just some of our stamps. When we work on math with our son sometimes, or different crafts, I just bought this at the Dollar Tree. And it's just a simple storage basket but it's my system for my stamps. It's my storage system for my stamps, and that's what we talk about this whole series. And then of course, just bigger baskets, canvas totes, bins. Everybody's stores are different, so I'm just trying to go over a general idea here of different things you can use for storage. This was another very inexpensive Dollar Tree item from a couple years ago. I bought this at the Dollar Tree, and my son's larger toys, like for a girl, you might have larger baby dolls that don't fit into these smaller containers. So for the larger toys, you might need a larger open bin, but anytime you can enclose toys in a concealed area, anytime you can store anything in a concealed area, you're going to find that it reduces eye clutter for the person looking at that room. And so you really want to try to reduce how much clutter that they're looking at. So anytime you can enclose it in a box or a cabinet, the better off you'll be. But a lot of times if it's a larger toy, maybe you have a toy chest, with a lid that needs to go in. And I actually have some handmade things for my grandparents or my grandfather, wooden, toy chests that my dad had made, or, memory box that he made that I'm able to store toys in as well. So again, hopefully you got some great tips and ideas for how to store your children's toys. And again, one of the craziest areas for organizing in the home are children's toys. And so we hope we've given you some great ideas. Hope you guys have a great night.